Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's yoga practice is a really flowy body opening one. So basically working through the whole body. A perfect practice for example, the morning, or if you just want to sort of rejuvenate a little bit in the middle of the day. We'll start on our hands and knees. So you can bring your hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we'll start to connect to our breaths from here. So as we inhale, dropping the heart, lifting the chin, lifting the gaze. And then exhale, round the spine, draw your chin towards your chest. And inhale, drop the heart, pull the shoulders back as you lift the gaze. And then exhale. You can close your eyes for a moment if you like. It might make it a bit easier to connect with the breath and to start to bring your awareness to the body, to the breath, to this mat, to you. And then continue with this movement in your own rhythm. Bringing in as many of the vertebrae of the spine as feels good, but I encourage you to make the movement as big as is comfortable right now. Good. We'll make one final round. And then find a neutral spine here. Sitting back over the heels, coming into a child's pose. Taking just one breath here, inhale deep. Stretch the fingertips forward. And then exhale, settle here. With our next inhale, we're going to curl forward, rounding the spine. And then drop your chest, your tummy onto the mat. We'll come into a cobra, pushing the mat away from us. Pull the shoulders back. And then exhale back down onto the mat. Good. We'll do that again. Now bringing our right knee into a 90-degree angle on our side. It might be off the mat at this point. Inhale, coming into a cobra here. Exhale back down. Right leg back. And then bring the left one in. And we inhale into a cobra here. And exhale back down. Well done. Then return the left leg towards the back of the mat. We're going to tuck our toes under, push onto hands and knees. And now we'll find a downward facing dog. Good. So you can wiggle around here a little bit to start with. Maybe bending one knee at a time. Finding a lot of length in the spine, in the sides of the body, in the arms. I'm just kind of feeling around in this pose to start with. How is the back? How is the lower back? How are the hamstrings in the backs of the legs? What about the shoulders? Good. Settle into stillness here for a breath. And exhale out. We'll then inhale our right leg up behind us in space. And as you exhale, drop your left knee onto the mat. So now we're in a tabletop position with the right leg lifted. Good. Take an inhale to lengthen here. And as you exhale, turning through the hip, we're going to bring the right foot all the way to the side and place it onto the mat in line with the left knee. Good. Inhale, reach up through the arms. And then exhale, drop your left hand down. Right arm reaches up and over. Good. So we have a long line from our right outer foot to the right fingertips. You can push your hips forward slightly to find length here. Inhale. And then exhale, come back through center. Right hand now drops onto the right leg. Left arm reaches over. Good. We lengthen here for an inhale. And then exhale, come back to center. Both hands come onto the mat. And we sit into a variation of a child's pose here. So left hip towards the left heel. Right foot still out to the side. From here, inhale, move forward, round through the spine. And then exhale, drop back down. Good. We'll do that a few more times, rolling through the full length of the spine. And sit back down. Good. Keep going in your own rhythm. Inhaling deep. And exhaling fully. Good. Final round. Sit back down. Good. And then we'll come all the way up and stay in that variation of a tabletop position. We're going to pick up the right foot and sweep it all the way towards the back of the mat. It's still off the mat at this point. You can shuffle your left shin around so that maybe it comes off the mat slightly. And then reach your right arm over. So you have your right foot, right hand off the mat. We have a long line from the toes to the fingertips. Take an inhale here, lengthen through the entire body. And then exhale, bend through the right knee and perhaps grab the right foot. Good. And then you can start to kick into the foot if you've got that point of contact. Maybe gaze up if you've got the balance here. Puffing out the chest. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, release your right hand back onto the mat. Keep the right leg lifted. We'll lengthen here. And then as we exhale, drop the right knee behind the left knee. You can kind of walk the knees around a little bit to make that happen. Move the ankles further away from each other so they're towards the long edges of the mat. And then sit down into a Gomukhasana. If you need to enter this pose by maybe just flipping your legs through the side instead of sitting back, feel free to do that. Basically, we're targeting the size of the thighs, the hips, the IT band. So can you find sensations around here? And take a few breaths to just allow the hips to settle lower, the legs to grow heavier. Good. Final inhale. And then we exhale, starting to find our way out of here, perhaps coming back over the knees, and then releasing the right leg from behind the left one. Good. We're going to tuck our toes under and find a downward facing dog. Good. Take a full breath here. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. Good. We'll then reach our left leg up behind us. And then as you exhale, right knee comes onto the mat. Good. Lengthen through the leg as you inhale, open through the chest. And then exhale, bring the foot all the way around to the left side and place it onto the mat in line with the right knee. Inhale, reach up through the arms. And then exhale, right hand onto the mat, left arm reaching over. Good. Really gluing your left foot onto the mat. Make sure the outer edge of the foot is also pressing towards the mat. Inhale. And then exhale, come back through center. Left hand slides down the left leg, right arm reaches over. Maybe you lift up your gaze here. Good. Take an inhale. And then exhale, release both hands onto the mat, keeping the left foot where it is. We're going to sit back into that variation of a child's pose. From here, inhale, curling up. And then exhale, sit back down. And inhale, move forward. Exhale. Allow the hips to guide you back. Good. Doing that a few more times. So every time you move forward, you round through the spine. And then exhale, allow the hips to lead you. Good. Final one, inhale. And then exhale, sit back down. Good. Now finding that tabletop position with the left foot out, we're going to pick it up, move it all the way towards the back of the mat. Right shin can move slightly towards the back as well. Left arm reaches over so that we get that long line from the toes to the fingertips. Good. Lengthen here, inhale. And then exhale, bend through the knee, grab the foot, and start to open up. Good. Breathing deeply towards the front body, perhaps gazing up. Good. Inhale. And then exhale, release the left hand down. Keep the left leg lifted. Lengthen here. And then exhale, place the left knee behind the right one. If you need to walk the knees around a little bit first, feel free to do that. And then open the ankles out to the sides. Finally sitting back between the ankles onto your sitting bones. Good. And here you might need to shuffle around again to find a comfortable position for the hips and the knees. But once you're there, try to settle down, taking a few deeper breaths. Taking a few deeper breaths. Relaxing the hips down. Relaxing the shoulders down too. Good. Final inhale here. And then exhale. We start to find our way out of here, so you can push yourself forward onto hands and knees and then release the left knee. Good. Or another way. We'll tuck the toes under and then lift the hips up into a downward facing dog. Good. Really reaching the sitting bones towards the sky. Well done. From here, you can either walk forward or find a little hop into a Malasana. So bending through the knees and then both feet towards the long edges of the mat. Elbows to the insides of the knees, hands pressing against each other. And we find length in the spine, length in the lower back, the shoulders pulling back and down. Good. Returning to your breath, maybe closing the eyes for one more breath here. With our next exhale, we're going to tilt forward into a forward fold over the legs. Good. And then as we inhale, we find that Malasana again. Hands at heart center. We'll do that a few times. So exhale, tilt forward. And then inhale, opening up into a Malasana. Good. And exhale, forward. Inhale, sink the hips down, open the chest out. Well done. We'll do that one final time. And exhale, sit down. Good. From here, we release our fingertips onto the mat. We keep our right foot at the top of the mat and step our left foot into a lizard pose. So you can keep your right toes, right knee pointing out towards the right just slightly. And then maybe start to sink the hips down. You can also sink your left knee down if you like, depending on what quality you want to bring into this stretch. It becomes a bit more restorative if you place the knee down, a bit more active this way. You can sway from side to side or back to front, maybe coming down onto the forearms. See what feels good for your body right now. Good. We'll take one more inhale on this side. And then as you exhale, you can slightly bring your right foot in. We'll open the right arm up, inhaling, find length in the spine, in the arms. And then as we exhale, we step our left knee forward so that it lands behind the right ankle. Right fingertips behind you. Now the right knee is pointing up. Reach the left arm up. And then exhale, cross it over the knee. So we come into a seated twist. You can gaze towards the back of the mat, over the right shoulder. Beautiful. Take an inhale. And then exhale, find your way back towards the top of the mat. You can bring your hands down and simply step your left foot next to the right one, returning into your Malasana. Good. Open up through the chest, inhale. And then release your fingertips onto the mat. We'll step the right foot back. Left foot stays at the top of the mat. Now you can decide where you want to go with this lizard. Maybe you bring the knee down. Maybe you keep it lifted. Maybe you come down onto the forearms. Maybe you sway back and forth or side to side. Finding a bit of space there in the left inner thigh, the right hip flexors. There's so many target areas for this shape as well. Take just one more breath here. And then we're going to start to bring our left foot in, tuck the right toes under if they weren't already, lift the knee off the mat, and then open the left arm up as you inhale. Finding length here for just this one breath. And then as we exhale, we step the right knee forward behind the left ankle, left hand behind you, right arm reaching up, and then cross the elbow over the knee. Good. Finding length in the spine with the inhales and a deeper twist with the exhales. Beautiful. Taking one final inhale. And then exhale. Find your way back to the top of the mat. Now stepping back into a plank pose. We'll bring our knees down, lower all the way onto the mat. Inhale, come into a cobra. Exhale, release back down. Then the right knee comes in, just like we did in the beginning. Another cobra here. And release down. Extend the right leg back and bring the left knee in. Good. Inhale here into a cobra and release down. Good. Left leg comes towards the back of the mat. Tuck your toes under, push back onto hands and knees, bringing your knees in just a little bit, and then sitting back over the heels. You can rest your hands on your lap, drop the shoulders down, and just simply arrive into stillness. Try to see if you can just drop here without any fidgeting, without fixing anything, without adjusting your hair or your clothes. Just closing the eyes and coming into stillness. And that way you can drop into a space of observing how your body's doing right now. Do you feel the blood pumping, the heart beating, the air flowing in and out through the nose, deep into the lungs, and through that finding appreciation for your body as it takes you around and makes it possible for you to move yourself and do all the things you do in a day. Guiding a few deeper inhales in through the nose. Feeling the lungs up and then exhale out. We'll do that once more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. You can stay here as long as you like. You can also find your way lying down if you want to do that to end this practice. Or you can finish with me right here. We'll bring our hands to heart center and then expressing gratitude, bow our head towards the hands. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was rejuvenating and energizing for the whole body. If you enjoy practicing with me, please subscribe to my channel. The button's just below the video. I'm here every week, so I post a new flow every Thursday. So if you're subscribed, you get a notification every time there's a new video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope I see you here next week too.